This is Scottish Television, now live from Hampden Park, the St Mirren Kilmarnock match in Scott Sports Special.
That's something that's indicative of Scottish football. Actually, we play each other 4 times in the league for a start, and obviously cup games then supplement that. So both teams will know pretty much all there is to know about each other, and you know, the only added ingredient tonight is it's a cup tie, and hopefully it'll prove to be the different case.
Well, St Mirren really have to bank on the belief that cup football offers infinite possibilities for upsets, because they come to Hampden hardly fortified by this season's statistics. 25 points behind Killie. They've already been beaten 3 times by their opponents of tonight, and they've yet to win a league game outside Love Street, whilst Killie, who haven't won a home game, by the way, in the league since October, seem to prefer playing outside Rugby Park and have an away record second only to Celtic. On to the start of their semi-final. A little bit of nerves to start off with there, but Dindeleux coming in to Baker. So I would say that semi-finals, and I've seen it so often, can provide major upsets in any kind of cup competition. And on Saturday, of course, Kilmarnock, their morale might be dented by the fact that they seem very unfortunate to lose their home game, while St Mirren, of course, notched up a real win, setting themselves up, I think, just a little bit more appropriately for this semi-final.
I think we can hear actually the supporters are certainly up for the game tonight, and you know, hopefully they'll give us a good atmosphere.
Little touch forward there, Yardley slow in trying to bring it down. Baker picks up. I've watched both of these teams this season. They play passing football. What a good possession. Kilmarnock, especially at home, lacking a cutting edge up front. Just MacPherson, longest serving member of this Kilmarnock side. Holt picked it up there. Pitch is very heavy on that far side, we know. Wright. And good defending. And sweeping that away. It has to be touched back, and it's a corner. In there very quickly. Good start by Kilmarnock to this game.
Yeah, a positive start by Kilmarnock actually. I was interested to see how they would employ Andy McLaren tonight when they brought Paul Wright back into the side. Because Andy McLaren's been playing as the other front player alongside Dargo. But he started on the left-hand side, and he's got a player of great ability, and I think the big stage will suit him tonight.
Whipping that in well. Bit of a misjudgment there as Dindeleux came up for that. That's the player Killie was talking about. Likes to take players on. Really has been very effective, of course. Personally, it's good to see a player who's had his turmoil off the park come in, settle down with a club and play well for them.
Yeah, we've been reading about in the last few days actually. It's well documented the problems that he's had, Andy McLaren, and full credit to him for turning around so quickly.
What a bit of swerve in that. There's MacPherson, the let fly. A lot of pressure by Kilmarnock. Needs a little touch. Well, you can see how far forward Freddie Dindeleux came. Picked up by his compatriot. 2 Frenchmen together there. A little bit of a slide by Ludovic Roy.
I think it came off a shot from Gus MacPherson actually. I think both managers in these conditions will have told their players in that last third be looking to get a shot on target and get the front players in to get crumbs off the goalkeeper.
Returned by Yardley. Just touched away there. First touch of the ball by Kevin McGowne, and it had to be a good one. Well, not the best shot by Scott McKenzie, but he was in there giving his forward players good support.
Yeah, the same idea actually with Scott McKenzie there. He's definitely got under the ball and lifted it over the bar, and he's very much the sitting midfield player for St Mirren 11. Gillis and Gary Bowman to try and get forward to supplement the forwards.
Why they play that out to McLaren, that was slack. Well, I think Kilmarnock needed a little bit of pace there. Certainly Peter Canero was up, and he is very, very quick. One of these occasions also, Billy, where the referee has to make fine judgment as to the tackling on a surface like this.
Yeah, well, you mentioned it in the United game at the weekend, Alex. I thought the referee refereed that very well. Hopefully the referee will make allowances for the skiddy surface, because players are tempted to commit themselves, and we don't want to see a rasher booking.
Rudden playing that ball. Nice neat play, shoved to the side. Kerr had plenty time to look up, and there's the man we were talking about coming in. Well, Mark Yardley has the height, he has the judgment, as you can see here, Billy.
Yep, it's very much a St Mirren type move. We get it to the wide player Kerr. It's an early delivery into the penalty box for Yardley to go and attack, and that's encouraging for St Mirren, Archie.
Well, he was well surrounded, but the very fact that he got up there and got the touch is, I think, an accomplishment, and also must give the players around him heart, because he could play it off.
Well, I think so. It was St Mirren's first foray into the Kilmarnock box, and it gives them a wee bit of territorial advantage now with Scott Walker to take that free kick.
Tries to go for the touch again. Little bit of freedom here. McLaren. Deliberating on it. That's a beautiful little ball played in. Superb ball played forward there, and Craig Dargo in like a flash.
Tremendous play, Archie. That's the type of thing with the three-man defence. A diagonal ball can definitely catch them out a wee bit. It was a clever run by Dargo, just pulling away there. And Andy McLaren so close to just finding him. Any kind of touch there, and I think that would have been a goal.
But as any long-suffering centre standout at Kilmarnock in Rugby Park this season will tell you, there's been so much of that from Kilmarnock without putting the ball in the back of the net.
Very much so. It's a case of so near and yet so far. But again, encouraging for Kilmarnock that they've got in behind St Mirren there and almost got a shot on target.
It'll touch through, that's offside.
I think that's a situation that Kilmarnock works so well, Archie. You see it there, pushing up, and they play offside very effectively. And St Mirren really need to, the front players really need to watch that and work back the park, and maybe allow midfield players to come through.
There's Baker. Well, they're picking up Kilmarnock very quickly in midfield now. Not exactly a blizzard that St Mirren had to face in that opening 5 minutes, but they came back strongly after Kilmarnock had taken that initiative, like this one here. Gus MacPherson again. Dargo is very quick, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed with him when he was at Wraith Rovers, Archie, and Bobby's given him the chance to go and perform in the Premier League stage. He's very, very quick. He makes nice, clever wee runs. The one thing that's been missing from his game is goal scoring, and you know, although Kilmarnock lost the game in Saturday, Dargo getting the goal late on might be significant, because hopefully he'll be a bit more confident with that.
Holt trying to follow on to that. Does get the touch. Dargo is Scotland under-21 international as well, of course. Well, there's Tom Henry. He's come through the tours this season in the top level, learning just how to adjust to dealing not only with the team but with the media as well. And high ball again played forward. Pushed in by Gillis. There he is at the back, Tommy Turner, 37 years of age. I don't think he'll be advancing deep into Kilmarnock territory with his legs. There's the attack, and there's Yardley. His first touch, letting him down.
Yeah, it was an incisive pass there, Archie. It had to be played with a bit of pace to take the defender out of the game, but unfortunately Mark Yardley couldn't get it under control.
Walker again. Yardley, deep little ball inside. See how well Dindeleux marked that off. All right. Canero. Held on to it just a little bit too long. Easily wrapped up. Good anticipation by Sergio Valtaccia. There's the overlap. Rodden read it very quickly, and he's away. He's through. 3 players inside him. Should it go? Oh, it should have been taken first time, I think, Billy. And up he came, Gary Bowman. Great position for him.
Yeah, it was great play by Rodden, getting to the byline almost. I don't know, I think Gary was maybe wanting to dress it up with his left foot. He's a very left-sided player. He might have been on it hit first time with his right foot there. Here's Paul Rodden, as we see. Great play just to nip between the 2 defenders, committed them. And he's done the right thing when he got into the penalty box, lifted his head and played it back to Gary Bowman. And really, that was a terrific chance.
Indeed. Well, they may regret it. Kilmarnock on the break. There's the pace of Dargo again. And of course, as I said, came the 37-year-old Tommy Turner. Played over 500 league games in all. Great servant to various clubs. Morton, St Johnson, Parting, and of course, at the back for St Mirren, where he captained them for that championship. Well, Andy McLaren liked that. Way to play. When I saw McLaren for the first time as a youngster with Dundee United, the word Gallus came to my mind. You know, he liked to take the ball up to his opponent, very confident, cocky.
He does have that gait, Archie, you're right, and I think that actually goes towards the ability that he's got, because it's difficult to read what way he's going to go. He's capable of going on either foot, and as I say, he's definitely going to be the one that might create for Kilmarnock tonight. Well,
I think Gus MacPherson had Wright on his mind there. Paul Wright making a very good run into the box. Just a trifle overhead. Kilmarnock, who have a very good and effective short passing game, have already shown through McLaren, and Gus MacPherson are prepared to play these long diagonal balls.
Well, they've been forced into that a wee bit, Archie. Some of them are very compact back in their own half of the pitch, and there's not many spaces for them to play the short passes that you're talking about.
Well, Benton trying to go in there. Very good player, a very good buy. And of course, Benton, part of the Aston Villa team, as he goes in there trying to get in. Dindeleux was behind him. Part of the Aston Villa team that beat Manchester United 3-1 in a Coca-Cola Cup final. So he knows how to acclimatise themselves to the big occasion. Good thing about Benton, he holds the ball well, he shields it well from people.
He does, actually. I think the feature that we can talk about just now is the way Kilmarnock pressed the game. It was St Mirren's throw in there, but Kilmarnock really worked hard to make sure they didn't get out and ended up winning possession and getting their own throw.
Scott Walker back. Doing it very simply. Great deal of intermingling between the two teams, because Scott Walker is an ex-Killie player himself.
Yeah, I think he was there as a young lad, actually, and I think they actually bought him from East Stirling, but he did a really good job for them in the first division last year. He's a big, strong boy, he's a natural left-sider, and he's done well for them.
There's MacPherson with that longer ball again! Well, you could see as he came through there, Andy McLaren had it in his sight, but somehow or other there was a misjudgment.
It was that same situation. Gus MacPherson, a great diagonal ball. I don't know if it's the conditions a wee bit, Archie, but Andy McLaren there just mistimed it a wee bit. If he gets a full head on that, it's a definite goal.
Well, all credit to the players for creating an ebb and flow to this game. You see, as we were watching the replay, St Mirren sent that long ball forward. That ball played out.
I think you're right, Archie. It's set up as an open game, and both teams have had their spells in the opposition half of the pitch, and I think we might see a goal or two tonight.
I've said that before, and it's ended up 0-0, but it's tempting Providence. Baker. Nicely laid off. McLaren again needs a little touch. It's a bit too strong there from full right. Yeah, I think the way that Kilmarnock might have an advantage as well is there's a lot more experience in the side. Leaving aside Tommy Tunnell, of course, in the same side.
Most definitely, of course, they were here last season playing Celtic and the same competition at this stage, Archie, so there is experience there, and as you would expect, I think they've probably settled down a wee bit better of the two teams.
Very good play by Mackenzie, getting that free. Up it goes towards Yardley, did get the slightest touch. Now MacPherson. Dargo. And plenty of time for him to come forward like that. And nipping the ball away from Killie in midfield now, St Mirren. That's very late. It's going to be a yellow card, I think. Well, I don't think you can make any allowance for the pitch there with that first MacPherson one.
Yeah, it was a silly tackle because he's wide in the touchline. There's nowhere for him to go, Archie, and Gus really didn't need to commit himself there. He'll be disappointed because obviously what that does is it puts him under pressure for the rest of the game, and you know, I think St Mirren might just be looking to play in that area and put Gus under a bit of pressure. Yeah,
he's got to be very, very careful now, and he has the problem of being a wholehearted player as well. He's never been a dirty player, Gus MacPherson.
No, not at all.
But a wholehearted player.
He's been a great servant to Kilmarnock.
Free kick. Yardley and creeping in at the back there, Fenton. I think Fenton read the bounce very well, tried to get in behind the defender. There's MacPherson, there's a run forward by Dargo. Ball skidding away from him. And I think he did get the final touch. Well, there's the man of the match competition we're having. Billy will be making that award later on, and if you can call to 09009 11 5500, and we've got a website, of course, www.scotsport.co.uk. That's for the competition, Billy's man of the match towards the end of the game. A little bit of hesitation, so I'll touch it in. Baker allowing that to go over. Another ex-St Mirren player arrived here with a swap for Tom Brown, who's injured, couldn't play in this game for Saints. Well, we've gone 16 minutes and you feel a lot of adrenaline is being pumped out of the veins already, Billy. There's a kind of lull in the match in this last couple of minutes.
Yeah, you would expect that after they put a bit into the early part of the game, and you know, it might settle down now, and we might see some nice passing movements.
McLaren far too quick with that little 1-2 he tried to play there. Well read again.
Just wonder, Archie, I know Bobby Lawrenson was particularly keen to take the game to Hampden, and I think maybe a bit of that is the fact that it's such a big wide pitch, because Kilmarnock do use the width well. They like to get MacPherson and Baker forward, and I think that's a feature that we'll see in the rest of the game.
Baltacha doing very well against Wright, marking him very closely. That's a good tackle by Baker though. There's Gary Holt. St Mirren getting everybody back into their half when that happens. Leaving only Fenton up. There's Fenton bottom left of the picture there. Hovering in case of a mistake. Dargo. He's got the pace, but not the right strike. He scooped underneath it, but at least he was elusive and quick.
Yeah, I think it's down to the conditions. You see Walker there making the error, and Craig Dargo's onto it quickly. And this is where really he's got to improve a wee bit. He's had a wild slash at it, Archie. He's got himself into a good position. He knows where the goal is. He's just got to go over the ball and drill it low. And unfortunately, he's just leaned back a wee bit and put it over the bar.
Well, and he's going to be a wee pest about defence all of a sudden.
Well, that's exactly the type of player.
Getting in amongst them.
Yeah, he's definitely that type of player. That he's always on the move, looking to unsettle defenders and try to get in behind them.
Cocard beginning to get better possession in midfield. The big boy, French under 21 goalkeeper. A couple of caps for his country.
Just talking about Dargo, Archie, the way St Mirren play with Tommy Turner, you know, really getting off the game and giving them plenty of depth. It means there's plenty of room for Dargo to operate in behind the markers there and get on the ball. So, you know, he could be an important figure tonight.
Good anticipation again by Scott Walker. Read that ball going through the middle very quickly. The good thing about it is that both he and Voltacha have been filling little gaps here.
Yeah, well, I mean,
especially against Wright.
Yep, they need to do that, actually. They're nice and compact, and they know Tommy Turner behind them.
It is. McLaren tried again. Just touched away. Andy McLaren read the bounce of the ball very well and very quickly. Oh, the pitch didn't help him. Easily cut off. Baker. Mitchell was screaming for it and gets it. Going on his own. He was never going to get that across cleanly. Oh, hesitation in midfield for St Mirren at the moment. 20 minutes gone. Played square there by McKenzie. He can't get going at the moment. Giving the ball away far too easily. This time Gary Holt has it. Very significantly, Ali Mitchell picking up a lot of the play in midfield. I think it is going to be very difficult for players to turn on this pitch, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, we thought that, you know, after the initial stages, the pitch is going to cut up a wee bit, and we see a couple of examples of it there with players slipping, Archie. You know, normally that leads to good, exciting football.
There's the run again. Can he flip it over? Well, we really saw a spectacular goal on Saturday at Paradise in roughly the same position. He tried to take it with the outside of his foot. It didn't work for him that time.
Yeah, I think it was good awareness, Dargo. He knew the goalkeeper was off his line. He's trying to just ball through up the inside left channel there. He's let it run across him. He's looking just to flick it over with his right foot.
I wonder if he was watching us on Saturday and saw that amazing goal. Go again. Much more of Cocard in the last 10. Go again. Much more of Cocard in the last 10 minutes. And it's a beautiful ball inside. Oh, the goalkeeper read it very early. But significantly, a big gap appeared there, Billy.
Yeah, but the goalkeeper does well there, Archie. He's a very athletic boy. And, you know, he'd made up his mind earlier that he had to come and take that cross, and there was no semblance of an error there. It'll be good for his confidence to take a good clean catch like that and start off an attack.
At the other end, Gordon Marshall, who's hardly been bothered so far. I don't want to read into it ominously for Cocard, but I've seen him do this a lot this season and get nothing out of it. Good possession, good effort.
There's no doubt, Archie, when you have your spell in the game and you're on top, you need to try and turn that superiority into goals. And as you say, Cocard have had a difficulty with that this season, but a very promising spell for him just now.
McLaren, chased there by Rudden, gets it free. Here's MacPherson. Plenty space for him. They're filing into the box now. What's the final ball like? Well, it was neither one thing nor the other. I think that was a disappointing ending, actually.
Well, he had a lot of time, Gus MacPherson, and a lot of bodies in the penalty box. Cocard got players in there. St Mirren also put their defenders back in to defend it, and possibly just a bit too much pace on it after for them to really go and attack it.
I had the impression that was a kind of passing the buck shot. You know, he wasn't quite sure how to finish it off.
Well, I mean, you could argue that he possibly maybe should even have had a shot at goals himself there, but he's obviously taking the wrong option.
Well, players like Andy McLaren are popping up in spare space there. And that's St Mirren defence. That's ominous, but it's been suggested nothing to show for it yet. goes Freddie Dindeleux, ex-Olympique Lille player. 7 years with the club and then decided he'd had enough with it. Club in turmoil, and he left them. A lot of hesitation. Killie, a little bit of spare there. And that should be squared and is. Canero, he's got pace as well. Holt, is he going to be caught? He is. That's a brilliant interception. Scott Walker right across it. Alec Taunton signed that man for Kilmarnock. Well, he moved on to St Mirren. Had that been Dargo or even Canero going for that, then I think Saints might have been in trouble.
Well, he's coming from a deep
side of pace. Had that been Dargo or even Canero going for that, then I think Saints might have been in trouble.
Well, he's coming from a deeper area, Gary Holt. I mean, it was a long busting run there, Archie, and you really have to give the defender credit. Walker, as you say, it was a terrific tackle.
Hiding it, Wright did get a little touch to get a corner kick. McLaren going across again. Paul Wright, great player for the club, holds the club record for goal scoring in league football. But to MacPherson, he didn't get a hold of it. I think he might have been a little bend in the ball as it came to him there.
It was a good idea, actually. Gus MacPherson was free in the edge of the box, and it was a nicely clipped ball from Andy McLaren, and Gus didn't just quite get the right contact on it. I remember Paul Scholes scoring a similar kind of goal against Bradford, I think it was earlier this season. So, you know, when all the bodies are in there, sometimes a ball like that to the edge of the box can produce a goal.
Well, I certainly don't want to tempt Providence, as I mentioned before, but this game could go to extra time and penalties. Very early days yet. There's McKenzie. Beautiful turn. Benton did extraordinarily well, but the final ball, as has happened so often at either end, just simply not good enough. No real penetration now. MacPherson being allowed to canter forward at will. Holt. Holt just came back on Boxing Day. He was injured in the winning game against Hibs in this competition. Played for the first time on Boxing Day after that. Baker. Laid off. Dargo did well. Mitchell could have played it out to McLaren. Going inside though. There's MacPherson on the far side. Nobody covering. Great chance for Kilmarnock again. Well, he was very direct and already McGowne has been superb at stopping.
Terrific save, but that's a feature of the game, actually. With those two systems, Kilmarnock, their wide players are pushing on and occupying St Mirren's wide flank players. And he's given Gus MacPherson all the room and all the time in the world to push on there. And he's able to pick out crosses, and now he's getting himself into shooting position. So St Mirren will need to be very mindful of that.
And thankful the scoreline is still as you see it there after 27 minutes. Most of the play in the St Mirren half, the better opportunities to Kilmarnock, but that's what it's all about. Nothing on a score sheet. We're slightly frustrated at the moment that he's showing nothing at the other end.
Well, definitely. I mean, I think St Mirren have defended well, but I've seen them a few times this season. Their problem for me is getting people up the park quick enough actually to support the front players. They've not been able to do that, and consequently they end up with the ball coming back on top of them.
Almost laid off there by Benton. It's a very good first touch. McLaren. Once again, Rodden went close to him. Dindeleux. Mitchell was making a run, so is Baker. Wright. A bit of space there for Gus MacPherson. Benton reading the danger though. Well, Bobby Williamson has been watching the game. thus far from the stand, but I think he might be getting a little bit nervous now. There's the tic-tac man in him. I mean, Billy, you know the situation yourself as a manager and a player. You can't sit watching this kind of superiority with nothing to show for it.
Well, you're right. We're getting a bit edgy about the fact that they've not been able to get their noses in front. Actually, they certainly merit it at this stage in the game. But I think you have to give St Mirren credit for the way they've defended. They've defended their penalty box well. They've stopped the likes of Dargo getting in behind them in that recent spell there. But as I say, it's players coming from deep that's causing the problems just now.
Well, it might have been offside there. Assistant referee just kept his flag down. Benton goes wide. That could be a tricky ball. And indeed it proved to be for the Frenchman. It was skidding and I think a little swerve with the hand and swill in full effect in this new renovated National Stadium.
It's a clever enough ball on a night like tonight, Archie. It makes defenders defend, and when it's skidding off that turf, it's not an easy ball to deal with, and they've got a corner now.
Just touch Berkinson, no, off the line. Look away, this Yardy coming in again. Tremendous effort. That's the nearest chance in the game thus far. No question at all about that. And it was Ellie Mitchell who popped up, puts that away, saved the line.
Yeah, it was a great save by Ellie Mitchell on the goal line. Actually, I think Gary Bowman slipped as he took the corner, but it turned out to a good delivery. Mark Yardley got a good head on it, and it was definitely getting in the top corner.
Well, Kilmarnock tried to take advantage of the fact that St Mirren had flooded forward there for that corner kick. And it shows you they are vulnerable in the air.
Well, I think it's just typical though, actually. I mean, Kilmarnock had such a measure of superiority in the recent 10-15 minutes, and all of a sudden St Mirren up and get a corner kick and almost scored from it. So that's the type of thing that will make Bobby edgy, that they need to get this goal to give them a wee cushion.
They'll try the longish ball again. Beautifully taken by Dargo. He's onside. On the little slip. Wright. Beautiful swerving ball there. Thatcher right in the middle of the defence, and Gus MacPherson. That is his third effort. I know, Gus, I think he'd better go back to the training pitch.
Yeah, well, he's certainly not renowned as a finisher, Gus MacPherson, but all credit to his willingness to get in there. Archie, he's I think, had 4 or 5 shooting positions now, and you know, if I was St Mirren, I'd be getting a bit worried about that, because with the low averages, he's just never going to get his goal.
Exactly.
But great play by Dargo there in the first place, in that inside left channel.
Man of the match will be selected, of course, by Billy towards the end of the game. Phone this number. If you get it right, you might win the silver prize. 09009 11 5500 09009 11 5500 www.scotsport.co.uk. And there's a little internet pass onto the edge of the box there, and it didn't quite come off. Got a kind of lull in the play.
I think that's important thing from Tom Henry's point of view, Archie, is that they've got an extra man in the middle of the pitch, a 3v2 there, and they're really not getting any superiority at all. They're not getting close enough, and they're allowing Kilmarnock to switch play from one end to the other, and that's when they get really stretched.
But they're still in it, still no scoring. Let's try to go forward for that again. Dindeleux, but full rights on his own. Inevitably, Tommy Turner. Sergi Voltacha. Those long legs of his have been invaluable tonight. Will he eat up the space when he gets back quickly? And, of course, great timing in the tackle. Good run by Holt. That's an early ball. Wright must put it away now. Oh, this is so typical of what I've seen of Kilmarnock all season. Great rapier-like thrust on the right. and he really ought to put it away, maybe.
Great play, yeah. I mean, he's actually not done a lot wrong for Wright. He's got a nice subtle touch on it. I think he was just looking to lift it in the air above the goalkeeper, but full credit to Roy, Archie. It's a terrific save, and you know, that's twice now he's been to the St Mirren rescue.
Certainly looking very solid in goal. The big fellow isn't there. McGowne got to that one away by Holt. Over pressure by St Mirren again. Everybody back now in the Kilmarnock cap. Touched the wrong way. Oh, there's a little exhibition of nerves. It's not just, Billy, a case of tonight we're seeing this, the way the Kilmarnock played. Again, last Saturday we were told they missed so many chances. It must eat into the confidence just a little bit.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, it puts additional pressure on defenders as well when they know that your chances are going to beg, and they know that the other side's going to have their wee spell in the game, Archie. But that was certainly a bit better from St Mirren. If they're going to play high balls up to Yardley, they've got to get that central midfield area bottled up when the ball comes back out. And when it did come out, they were able to keep control and keep Kilmarnock under pressure.
Baker. Haven't seen much of McLaren in the last 5 minutes or so. Tends to play in spots now, McLaren. There's good interplay there. Ricky Gillis had picked that up initially. Wright is back much deeper. That was a sign of frustration in a striker when he's away back in his own half like that.
Yeah, but I think it's also a feature of Kilmarnock's hard work, actually. They work really hard as a team, and it was Canero, the wide right, that was away over on this side of the pitch getting the tackle in.
Well, he gets a free kick this time. I also think he went over on his ankle, let's see it. Oh no, he gets the twist there.
I think it was a reasonable attempt to get the ball, actually. There's nothing malicious in it, just a wee bit mistimed, and you know, I don't think he booked him. You know, I think he's quite rightly let him go with that, but certainly a foul, but no real intent there. I think he didn't go for the ball.
There's the gentle boys, Bobby.
I think it's getting louder as this first half goes on, actually.
Away that time did. Yardley back in defence, and that's Kilmarnock's ball.
That's the problem. I mean, Mark Yardley is not the most lithe of players, and you know, he's been asked to come away back in there and defend, and you know,
I mean, he's lazy.
No a natural fitness, so it's then difficult for him to do his damage in the opposition half of the pitch.
I mean, he's lazy.
No, not lazy. I mean, I think he doesn't have the frame that lends itself to getting about the pitch. But he was a good goal scorer for them last year.
Here's MacPherson. Will he have a go again? Holt. Well, they played themselves out of that tight situation very well. Can it go right round? It does, but Gordon Marshall had read it well. There he is. He's not had all that much to do. One or two little pieces of nerves in front of him, but on the other hand, he himself has looked solid. That's a bad ball. Yardley. A little bit stodgy there, Billy.
Yeah, but to be fair to him, actually, I mean, he needs to get people forward quicker to support. It's the thing I was talking about earlier on.
He was looking around there.
Yeah, Chris Kerr was on the opposite side of the pitch. I know he's just come back from injury and only played a couple of games, but he's really got to try and get forward, and at least then Yardley has a diagonal ball that can try and keep possession. But he's closed down very quickly by Kilmarnock.
Ricky Gillis, youngest ever St Mirren player when he made his debut at the age of 16. Gus MacPherson could have put that anywhere. There's a frantic look on his face as he went for it, and even more so now, he's livid.
Ricky Gillis, as you mentioned there, Archie, I remember Tony Fitzpatrick Davis was saying that he could go and play at Barcelona or Man United, which certainly put a bit of pressure on him. He's a player with ability, but you know, he can maybe be an important player for St Mirren tonight.
Trying a short one this time. That's a very poor ending to a good situation. Ah, the break for Kilmarnock. They've got 3 against 2 here. Dargo, can he lay it wide? He does. Here's McLaren. He's going to go for it himself. No! He had 3 men inside him there. He didn't have many alternatives. Go for it or slip it inside.
Yeah, I think he was actually thinking about the pass, Archie, but the St Mirren player gave him a bit more time. He then decided he was going to have a hit himself.
Look at the break.
Yep. It was a fine pass, and I think he's got just maybe a wee bit too much time here, but he'll be disappointed with the finish. He really should hit the target there. It was the right idea. He was trying to miss it on the far side and, you know, possibly get a deflection and give one of his teammates a chance to get a foot on it.
Dargo certainly wanted it. That's what he was screaming for it. Wright did well to elude his defender. It's a final ball, like, and there's a header, that's it! Andy McLaren. A beautiful leap for that ball, and come on, I have to say, very deservedly, for the possession, the quality of their attacking, deserve to be in the lead now, and none more so than Andy McLaren.
Yeah, but the interesting thing, Archie, it was Paul Wright, the other front player, who came into a deep position, then got released on the right-hand side. And it's a terrific cross. It's really just asking to be put away. A wee bit to do still. Andy McLaren's got to go out, jump the defender, but good leap. And he's got a great head on it. I think any centre forward would be proud of that one. Yeah, a great goal.
I wonder if Beltacha had been right in there at that time. He might have got that element of height to it.
Well, I think I think it was the movement of the Kilmarnock front people. It was Paul Wright, as I say, that got out into that wide right area, and you know that mixes defenders up a wee bit, and you know they weren't sure who was marking who, but certainly Andy McLaren knew what he was doing. He came in and thumped that header into the net.
Flag is up. I think the ball's gone over. There's Bobby Williamson down at the bottom there, slightly more relieved, even though there's a long way to go. All of the second half, and that was a late one. I would have thought quite unnecessary. It was Ali Mitchell.
Yeah,
well, that was mistiming. I don't think it was malicious.
We see it all the time nowadays, Archie, in the wide area when a player's looking to clip the ball forward. If the player's late at all, you know, the player tends to make a wee meal of it, but 9 times out of 10 it's a booking, and you know, Ali Mitchell will be disappointed in himself for that one.
Well, Ali Mitchell was very much a 5-man, came from Red Rovers, still lives up in Cocard, travels, gets up at 7:30 in the morning to go to training every day. That's taken by Marshall. Wilson would have been the corner kick.
A bit swirly wind got up there. Actually, it certainly wasn't deliberate by Kevin McGowne. He just was attacking the ball in the air, and it's come off his head. And unfortunately for Kilmarnock, it's gone straight to Big Marsh.
And the other thing, Billy, I noticed, is that the pitch hasn't cut up just as badly as I thought it might, given the rain, which is maybe good for the management of Celtic and Rangers watching this. They play tomorrow night. We will be having that live, of course. It's Holt inside. McLaren, he likes this kind of situation. Taking players on the far side, across it goes. Holt chasing back. MacPherson. Dargo. Well, he kept his eye on the ball, Scott Walker. Not taken on by that little Highland Scottish he tried there.
An important spell now for St Mirren, actually. They need to make sure that they don't give anything else away before half-time. If they can get in 1-0 down at half-time, then you know it's salvageable, but if they lose another one now, you would fear for them.
Dargo. Oh, and another kind of surface. He would have got away with that. How important it is. Well, he's had a hard time this season, and he's an eloquent, articulate man, and he's finding it very difficult to work with a minimum budget, minimum squad. Now trailing by 1-0. That's good play. Mitchell! Well, for a moment, I think some of the supporters on the far side thought he was pointing to the penalty spot.
He had certainly lost control of the ball, actually, but the defender committed himself and made contact. I think maybe St Mirren a wee bit fortunate there.
Peter Canero it was who was going through on that side. And there's a better looking ball. Kilmarnock defenders back, and I think there was an elbow used. Was indeed. Assistant referee down the side. Right in the spot.
I think that's a sign of frustration, actually. That's the type of thing that tends to happen. He's really not had much service in the recent part of the game, Graham Fenton, and when he did get the ball, he was surrounded by Kilmarnock defenders and stupidly had a tug in the shirt and took the pressure off Killie.
One minute till added time. Well, credit to the players, the game has flowed very well.
I think it's been a good, enjoyable first half, actually.
Indeed it has. I think in a sense that Kilmarnock had a lot of the play, and as you pointed out, St Mirren were defending well. I just wonder how long it would last. That's better play by St Mirren, spreading it about just a little. Tries to get it to Fenton. Dindeleux there again. Rodden. Turner all on his own. Reilly was back, the boot was up, and it's a free kick. Works very hard, Ali Mitchell.
Yeah, he's a really hard-working player. I think this is his testimonial years at Kilmarnock, actually, so he's been doing that for Kilmarnock for a long, long time now.
Yeah.
He's still capable of scoring vital goals for them as well.
9 years. It was East 5. I think I may have said it was Red Rose. East 5 actually he came from originally. There's Valtacha. And he's got it through. Wright. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, I think you would agree, Billy, Kilmarnock deservedly in the lead.
Keep playing the same way, try not to make a mistake at the back, and take it from there. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Good luck.
Restart of the second half. Tom Henry, I may say, admirably composed and articulate under pressure at the moment, because this team are finding it very hard to get anything out of this Kilmarnock side. They've chipped away Holt. One thing, of course, that Bobby Williamson will not do, or will certainly not countenance, is this team assuming that this game is over.
No, I think they've suffered too often this season from that. Actually, they've got a control of the game now. And what they've got to do is go and make it count against them.
Go back there. McGowne had placed that forward. Now Holt, one of the players who take part in this pattern of play by Kilmarnock in midfield, which sometimes can exasperate opponents by keeping the ball away from them. He's central to that. The referee thought that was a good tackle. Didn't fall out with him on that score. Baker. Look at the way McLaren can just drip past opponents. He's away again, almost. Just one step too many, and I think exasperation, he pushed the opponent. By the way, that shot gives you an idea of how the conditions are quite appalling overhead anyway, the rain lashing down.
Credit to Scott McKenzie there, actually. Andy McLaren went by him as if he wasn't there, but he didn't give up. He chased him and eventually got a foot in and won the free kick.
And it looks to me as if Yardley is suffering a bit. Certainly there's going to be a substitution. In fact, I think it's Fenton, who passed the late fitness test, is going to be replaced. Swept away there. Kitongo about to come on, I think. trying to communicate to the bench there. Either he doesn't want to come off or saying that he'd rather... There is Fenton trying to go around the back of the defence there. Well, I think they've changed their mind again. Katongo was ready to come on. He's put his track top back on again. There he is. Little man who played one game for Darlington, then came north. Comes from Luanda.
Certainly would have been a strange time to make a substitution, Archie. And
must be worried about his fitness.
Well, obviously Finn must have a wee knock, but he's keen to stay in the pitch and contribute. So Katonga, I think we'll see at some stage.
Holt driving in there again. MacPherson pushed forward there. Kerr trying to get it forward, and that's a free kick.
But the one way St Mirren can get back into the game, Archie, is they do have a physical presence. See Scott Walker pushing on now, and obviously it's going to be a ball into the penalty box. And you know, if the other front players like Fenton, even Gillis getting there to support it, are on their toes, they can maybe get something off a second ball. Played
forward by Rudden. Got it down there, just touched in the air again. There's an appeal for hands. Certainly from the St Mirren support. Referee just turns away from that though. There's McLaren trying to add composure in midfield again. Doing so by holding on to the ball, letting the players run round either side of him. And I must say, Martin Baker must feel a little bit exasperated having run almost 80 yards there.
Yeah, a good idea. I mean, Andy McLaren was always intent on playing him in there. It was just getting the time of the pass right, but unfortunately just a wee bit heavy on the touch, and it's going out for a goal kick.
Well, there's the appeal. No, I don't think so, Billy.
No, I don't think so. I think it caught him square on the stomach, Archie, and you know, you would always appeal when you were in there when it happens as quickly as that.
Canero tried to get on the outside. Oh, great play. The old heat, Billy.
Yeah, that's the type of thing Tommy Turner does. He's really against just lumping the ball forward. They like to try and play football and find a teammate with it, which sometimes has cost St Mirren a wee bit, but more often than not he does find a teammate.
Oh, he did it beautifully there. Scared, shoving that forward. So, the ball capture. Looking for somebody forward running, and he gets it. Dargo has picked up so many good balls like this. And he's keen on going for it himself. But judging by the body language there of Ludovic Roy, I think that was going well wide.
Yeah, I think he knew it was well wide, as you say, Archie. But good positive play by Dargo. Good quick turn in the penalty box. There's only one thing in his mind, and that was to try and get a shot on target. So, you know, if he keeps doing that, he'll threaten the goal definitely.
Summer signing from Ray Trovers. Only goal so far was the goal he scored on Saturday. Well, the danger for St Mirren is if Killie were to score early in the south, they would just sit in on it, and they have the players with experience to do exactly that. A lot of swing and offside in any case. What a good pair of hands that boy has. I mean, that's a slippery ball. He just took it so sweetly there.
Yeah, he's been very accomplished tonight, Roy, but you notice, Archie, Kilmarnock's still getting players forward into that penalty box, so they obviously know that they want to get a second goal here to make the tie safe.
There's Baker. Cullen, Dargo gets away again. Good anticipation. He allowed the defender to go for it. Look at the pace. And out of all that, he gets a corner kick. I like the way he let the defender go for it there, Billy.
Well, it was exactly like the penalty incident in Saturday against Motherwell. He's only got one thing in his mind. He's going to get across that defender and make him commit himself. Fortunately for St Mirren that time, the tackle was perfectly well timed.
There's a touch again. Well, this time McGowne had come forward. It might have been just a little bit of confusion between he and Dindeleux.
Yeah, I think so. When you get players attacking the ball into the penalty box like that, Archie, sometimes, you know, you need to...
You've got to go for it.
Well, you
though,
do,
you know.
you do. And sometimes you're not really aware of what's round about you, even from teammates.
Well, there's the man they were preparing. The fourth official was ready to acknowledge the board going up to take him off, but they changed their mind. And I think that shot we saw of Fenton talking to the bench was saying, I can carry on.
Yeah, very significant actually. I think that he's obviously had a wee problem at half time, and he's asked for 5 minutes just to see how it is, and obviously feels that he can continue to play.
Pretty ragged at the moment. And still only one goal in it.
But maybe St Mirren will be quite happy to make it ragged, as you say, for a wee spell after, just to try and get themselves back into the game.
Last time they played each other in this competition was 16 years ago when Saints won 3-1. Actually have a better record in the competition against them. Fenton, the player we're talking about. Well, he managed to scoop it out, but I think he lost the initiative there, Billy.
He really did. He should have played it a lot earlier, actually. You're right, he had a chance to get a man over on the right-hand side and get a cross delivered into the penalty box. They've got Yardley and the other one's up onto the edge of the penalty box, and, really that's the type of thing they really need to get a delivery in there.
Dindeleux taking his time over that, almost got it through. Plenty time to bring that ball down again. I wonder how hard he can keep going at the rate. I mean, he was so involved in the first half and the McLaren, and it's a very heavy pitch. It might take its toll on him eventually.
There's no doubt. They've played on Saturday as well. They'd only talked a couple of days ago, and they put a lot into the first half for Mirren, as they always do. And Andy McLaren is prepared to work back the pitch and do his defensive shift as well. So, sometimes that's to the detriment of the attacking part of his game.
So, but not getting anybody forward there for that little touch with the head. Dargo. He's away again. Looks as if he was being impeded. I really have been impressed. By the way, I don't envy you your choice, your task of selecting man of the match. There were 1 or 2, 3 or 4, in fact, candidates, and he's one of them.
I quite agree, actually. I think I must point out there, that was really good refereeing to Kenny Clark. He got himself right up into that area. He could see that it was a one-on-one, and Dargo was going to be really going to try and be positive, and quite rightly gave the free kick.
Plan swinging it in again. This time, Gary Holt. Holt coming right in there again. The man started off his career as a young player with Celtic. Man who was discovered playing in the army, no less.
I saw him score the only goal of the game in the first league game this season, Archie, and Gary Holt really should be scoring more goals for me.
There's the man of the match competition, trying to agree with Billy. He'll make his announcement towards the end of the game. There's the number 09009 115500 and Scotsport.co.uk. And there's Wright. And a good move again. A lot of movement off the ball that was almost productive.
Well, it came very quickly after a promising St Mirren situation at the other end, Archie, and a clever wee reverse pass from McLaren to try and get Paul Wright in there. He's lived on that through his years, Paul Wright, and just not enough power on it.
Fenton. Well, too much. And it goes against them, in fact. Couldn't he have swept that across? Putting too much work in the ball. Yeah,
I think good play. He sent the defender the wrong way with the dummy, and then kind of lost control of it a wee bit, Archie, and then tried to use his body to stop the Kilmarnock player getting to it, and Kenny Clark quite rightly gave him the free kick.
Near that time by Gary Bowman. Certainly doesn't have the pace for that kind of ball. Well, there was a little bit of pressure there in Gordon Marshall.
I think that's the type of thing Ricky Gillard needs to do. He took a chance there, Archie. He knew the ball was going to be passed back. He's made a run beyond his sprint players, and St Mirren really haven't done enough of that tonight. They need to try and get midfield players beyond there to try and break up that Kilmarnock back four.
Chris Kerr couldn't get away with the ball. That's beautifully laid off. Canero! Too much of a touch. Canero that time. A bit of annoyance in the face of Gary Bowman there. Well, maybe exasperated at the scoreline, and look, indication towards his watch there, but there's only one goal in it. Even though Kilmarnock still look the team more likely to alter that scoreline. Well, the Love Street support making itself heard. They have a very good support, very vociferous support, always have had, of course. Can he touch it off? A little bit too obvious.
You mentioned the support, actually. There's no doubt in a night like this, when the legs get heavy and you're chasing the game, they can play a big part in keeping the St Mirren team going. Because, as I say, it can be quite demoralising when you are behind and things aren't happening for you, but you get a wee bit of support from the crowd, and you just feel as if you can go that extra yard.
That's what they need at this stage. Gary Holt, easy header for Holt that time. McGowne hesitated, did well. I don't think the goalkeeper was at all happy with the ball played almost into no man's land there, causing that indecision. Well, goalkeepers are never happy, are they?
I think that's a good indication of where the new offside rule does react positively for the attacking team.
Now here is Katongo. A lot of booing going on at the moment. Mackenzie is off, and Katongo is on. Jose Katongo, 26 years of age. Has went to Darlington, Hamilton and then Hearts, getting that last little advice there from his manager.
There's no doubt Katongo's a player that is capable of changing a game, Archie. What St Mirren have to do is make sure that you can get a supply to him.
Look at this run by Baker, he's usually very good at this. Didn't get the right support. And St Mirren take advantage. Gary Holt. Is he going in on it himself? Mitchell! Well, we saw Mitchell clearing off his line in the first half at that post, that right-hand post there. And there he was, skimming it this time.
That's the type of thing he's good at. He's a very good hitter of the ball, Archie, and he gets over it and keeps it low. Gary Holt might have in fact had the opportunity to shoot himself, but unselfishly lays it back, and Ali just keeps his concentration and makes sure he gets the ball down low, and it wasn't very far away.
Well, and the youngsters watching, he kept his eye on the ball, he followed through properly, just slightly off target. That's the way to do it. Now Katongo. Can he get a shot in? Good move by St Mirren. He couldn't play it off there that time, though. Rutten came through now. This could be dangerous. McLaren. Canero screaming for the pass. There's Canero coming forward. He was onside, and oh, that agonizingly skidded away from him. Holt. Wright. Baker. Can the counter-attack be led by Katongo? spreading the ball about now. That's care. That's a decent effort, the little fella. Trying to go in there and touched away from him. I remember him scoring a remarkable late goal against Celtic once, you know, just getting his legs in.
The Tynecastle, that's right.
Yeah.
Certainly that's not the type of thing that we would expect of him, a header.
Exactly. Very crowded box that time. There's Katongo. Can he keep it in? He can't. Oh, he's got a sparkle to him. It's one of the great sights when he sees wee legs going like the clappers and he goes into a crowded defence. You never know quite where. I don't think he knows quite where he'll end up either.
That's probably right, but I mean, he is a very good dribbler and he can go either side. I don't think finishing's a strong part of his game, but he might just be what's needed at this stage of the game, that he can liven things up for them a wee bit.
That's a slack ball. MacPherson. And up and under there, I think. It's gone over, yes. Worked very carefully there by McLaren. Dargo. Still on it, still there. Oh, he did very well to get that ball down the line. Remarkable thing about him is how close to the line he was at times and wriggles clear.
Good advantage by Kenny Clark there as well, Archie, and Craig Dargo almost through there, but another great saving block by Tommy Turner.
Well, there's a lot of activity in that Saints dugout again. We shall see in a moment what's about to happen. They're looking like another substitution. An argument with a corner flag. Not a corner kick. Well, Tommy Turner. Killie released him as a youngster, by the way, so he would dearly like to get revenge tonight. Holt is up again. And this time, it is a goal kick.
It's a good shot, Tommy Turner, because substitution.
It's Hugh Murray. Hugh Murray about to come on. And Gary Bowman is off.
Just about to say, we saw the shot of Tommy Turner there, yapping at the referee, and he is that type of player on the pitch. I was reading an article at the weekend there where he said he's calmed down a lot, Archie, but I think it's just a sign that he wants to win the game.
Sort of latter-day Willie Miller sort of thing, eh?
That type of player, yeah.
With whom you played?
Yeah. Well, Willie, I think, has been known to referee the odd game.
There it goes, and that was a brilliant effort by McLaren. Difficult ball to take.
I think that indicates the difference in the teams, Archie. McLaren operating the left-hand side, he's got himself away across the other side of the pitch there to take a chance to get on the end of that cross. And very unfortunate, he actually got a full contact on it, but just couldn't keep it down.
Mitchell. Long and high, Fenton is after it. Drawn into that very confined space again. I'm not sure he was absolutely 100% fit though.
Well, you're right. I mean, I think there are indications that he just can't get away from the opponent, Archie.
Better play there by Scott Walker. Ricky Gillis. That's a bit of old Garby going to the side. Oh, he should have made much more than that. Because he's very long-limbed for a night like tonight, very long-levered. Here's McLaren, he's going at it himself. Doesn't have much support at the moment. Appeals to the referee. He just smiles. It's very slack ball forward. A good change of pace there by Gary Holt. Final ball didn't match it all the same.
I think that's where you see signs of tiredness. Actually, the game was too long there. Probably someone played an aimless ball into the middle of the pitch, which Kilmarnock gobbled up, and all of a sudden you've got Gary Holt running straight at you and delivering a cross into the penalty box.
And again, foolish corner kick that time. He's only infinitely better. Kitonga's running away here. Has he got the legs? He has indeed. He's still at it, taking on Gus MacPherson now. Brilliant play by Kitonga. Tremendous recovery there by Gus MacPherson, though. It was turned almost inside out. What a little man.
Yeah, that's the type of thing we were talking about. He's sent them both ways, but, you know, credit to Kilmarnock. It's actually the incident further up the pitch there with Alan Mitchell, but Gus MacPherson ends up making a fantastic save and tackle here. Look, he's lost him. Back the other way, he's just about to get a shot on target, and Gus gets a left leg in.
Corner kick. Far too wide. Down to Dargo. Situation he loves. He's away. Look at the pace of this wee player. Tremendous play by Dargo. Can he go all the way? He's trying it. Oh, what a goal! Oh, magnificent goal by Dargo. And no wonder. Broad smile on that face. Bringing on a very, very wet night the Kilmarnock support to the feet. That is one of the goals of the season.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic finish. I mean, to run that length of the pitch, Archie, and get that quality of composure on the finish. We talked about him earlier on, you know, slashing at one, but look at him, he's got his eye on the ball here. He knows exactly what he's doing on his right foot. Sent the defender the wrong way, knows just he's got to hit it early, and he's curled it into the far corner. Tremendous.
Quite magnificent. On any occasion, that would illuminate any game, and it certainly has there.
I think the disappointing thing for St Mirren there, Archie, is that it came off their corner, and they had a lot of bodies in the penalty box, and he's played it way beyond them out to the edge of the box, and, you know, Kilmarnock have broke up the pitch and scored.
And Kitonga giving the impression it was going to cause them a lot of trouble.
Exactly.
Well, that's just part of the game of football. One of the paradoxes. St Mirren looking as if they would mount that revival and suddenly finding themselves 2 goals down. They're from Kilmarnock, by the way. There's Mitchell going in on this. That's a bit of ball through now, Gillis. Can he put them back in it again? He tries it himself, and well, he could have laid it to the outside to Yardy, but on the other hand, given the way things have gone, Billy, I think you would have had a go yourself from there.
And probably the same result, Archie, but I think he made the wrong decision there. Mark Yardy got himself into the shoulder of the last defender, and he's just looking for it to be slipped up on his right foot, and he can be effective in that position.
Another substitution, I think. It's Stephen McGowne coming on, and this time it is Fenton who's coming off. Stephen McGowne, fine young player. St Mirren youth brought up through the youth scheme. Got a bit of pace. Saw him recently against Hibs. Come on late against Hibs in the league game we did at Love Street. Really impressed with him. But oh dear, they are up against it. Look at Dargo. Oh, he was held back there. Great play. Straight through to Roy that time. Looks to me as if Kilmarnock are about to substitute as well. And maybe not surprisingly, Cocard. Coming on at this stage with that very short period of the game left, and he's got pace, you know, that's ominous for St Mirren as well.
Oh, he's an accomplished player. Christophe Cocard, that's been at various
Indeed,
times.
he's played 16 times for his country.
Yeah.
People forget that.
The world champions.
Yep. Started off in Auxerre under the gate Giroud, and he can play a bit. No doubt about that. Line picks it up. Dargo goes for it again. And that Canero, I beg your pardon, Canero picked that up that time, and it was Canero making that little run down the right-hand side. Peter Canero. High one for Yardley. Well, we'll be talking about that goal tomorrow morning. Don't worry about it. That will certainly catch the attention of the media. So it should.
I think it's a bonus when you get that type of a goal in a set at the semi-final stage, actually on a big stage. Dargo certainly deserved it.
I said that was his opening goal for Killie on Saturday, so he's coming good.
Just the thing we spoke about, confidence is everything, completely in front players, and young Craig's displayed that in abundance tonight.
Well brought down. Just too many players ushering him out of the way. Very Holt, good run inside by Canero. Way by Holt, he went for it late. Remember, this is the man that was seriously injured in the Hibs game and went over awkwardly when they beat Hibs in the League Cup, and he came back on Boxing Day. And he just got away with that. He's okay, I think.
I think Ricky Gillis there, just indicative of a tired player that he didn't want to match the run and just lunged in to try and stop him.
Well, Cocard is going to replace Paul Wright. Paul Wright comes, I suppose, into the category of player who might like the rest from time to time. He's 33 years of age, signed in 95 from St Johnstone. And he's been a great player, great servant for the club. On comes Christophe Cocard. Ex-Olympique Lyon. Top scorer last season. Here's Mitchell. Here's Mitchell. Dargo, this time I think, pushing and shoving to try and turn it. Well, we're getting near the witching hour of selecting the man of the match. We'll be making that in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game. Remember, you can enter that competition. Oh, there's Katongo. I think the wee man from Rwanda got out of the way of Gordon Marshall there quite wisely.
Wise decision, actually. I think, you know, that on another occasion may have been a wee half chance, but Gordon Marshall was so quickly off his line there and really nipped the situation in the bud.
Looking there for Gillis. Yardley's back. Lacking support. I think that was Kilmarnock's ball, and it is indeed. Yellow cards at the moment. Two for Kilmarnock, one for St Mirren.
I think the referee's got that just about right, actually.
Yeah, I think he's had a good game.
Yeah. He's let play flow, and I worried a wee bit when the first booking came quite early, but he refereed it very sensibly after that.
Pecking a wee bit there, but
well, that's the thing you tend to forget in a night like this, in a high-tempo game, that the referee needs to be fit as well.
Dargo was surely fouled there. I said earlier on he was going to be a wee pest. He's been an insufferable pest to that defence tonight. There's no question about it.
A good combination when you have that quality and also the quality to finish the way he did.
Control and finish superb. That's put down, it's in again. Canero comes up, finishes it off, and that's it. That is the finality. Canero coming up. You heard Tommy Burns at half-time praising this young fellow here. He was in the right spot at the right time to put them to the sword.
Well, it's a straightforward cross, and Gary Holt, as he also often does, becomes a presence in the penalty box, Archie, but St Mirren will be disappointed because I think it's Sergi Voltacha, who's a big boy. Yeah, it is Voltacha. You know, he's about 6'5", and he's not really got off his feet and allowed Gary Holt to out-jump him. And fair play to Canero, he's been on his toes and looked for that type of thing, and he's knocked it away.
Well, Sergi Voltacha, I don't think his father would be too happy with that. I'm sure he's proud of his boy playing in a semi-final. Boy born in Kiev, but very much a Scot, under 21 international. Well, to be absolutely honest, the scoreline reflects the way the game has been.
Yeah, Kilmarnock
virtually from about 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah, Kilmarnock have been comfortable actually. And really, you know, 11 minutes to go, 12 minutes to go. St Mirren will really feel that the final whistle was a bit more imminent than that, because it's a hard shift for them now for this last part of the game.
You just wonder what happens to them at Rugby Park.
Yeah,
I mean, they play such good football.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we spoke about confidence in individuals. I think it's maybe confidence as a team that, you know, they've just never really got going at Rugby Park this season, and you know, they've had, I think, something like 6 defeats down there, which is unlike them, because you know, Rugby Park was a good venue for them last year, but you know, if they continue to play like this, I'm sure they'll end up taking it into their home form.
Well, you know, the two teams that are playing tomorrow night, watching this, would say, if Kilmarnock play like this, they'll give either of them a really good game in a final.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, we have to remember that Kilmarnock have already gone to Ibrox and won 3-0 this season, actually, so and gave Celtic a very difficult game down at Rugby Park. Is that
your tip for the game tomorrow night?
No, I quickly addressed that and said that Celtic as well, so that game's very much in the balance, but I'm sure we'll talk about that tomorrow night.
Free kick. Remember, little time, you can see just about 10 minutes to enter the competition. So yes, man of the match, 09009 115500, 09009 115500, and www.scotsport.co.uk on the website. And Dargo goes away with his pace, but even with his pace he couldn't catch that one. Billy will be in the next 5 minutes telling you who his man of the match is. And I think 2 subs now. Reilly and Fowler coming off. Dargo is coming off. And it's Harry Mitchell.
I think it's sensible now, actually, when they're playing 3 games in a week, for Bobby to do that, to give the ones that have put the shift in a wee rest, and give the other ones a wee taste of it.
Well, you mean, it really does mean a lot to Kilmarnock to get into a final. You know, financially, it's tremendous for them. Playing one of the old firm teams.
A lot of talk of the importance of the CIS Cup, and obviously it's different for the old firm, but the rest of the clubs, I can assure you, will have been desperate when the competition started to get all the way to the final, and it certainly looks as if Kilmarnock managed to do that now.
Fowler slipped that forward to Holt. Just thinking back, Billy, I don't think, personally, I don't think I've seen a better goal this season.
No, as I say, it's
not quite an outstanding individual goal, having gone half the length of the field.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think what we've spoken about the quality of football this year has been a bit better, and we've seen some good goals this year, but that stands comparison with any of them.
That was a bit late. Just edging him away. Fowler a little bit rusty yet, not properly warmed up to the pace of this game. MacPherson. I think he's glad to see 3 goals in, given the 1 or 2 runs that he had in the first half that came to nothing. Just out. Just down the side there again. I think we can take it, Billy, that tomorrow night the atmosphere will be somewhat different.
There's absolutely no doubt. Actually, we're looking out in a stadium that's maybe a third full, but tomorrow night I don't think we'll see any empty seats. But credit to the supporters that have come out tonight. They've been very vocal and they've done their very best to, get the encouragement going for both sides. And as I say, that's not easy on a night like this.
So St Mirren tried valiantly to get into the game when they brought on Cocard, and then suddenly they found themselves unavoidably 2 goals behind, and Kilmarnock now uncatchable.
It's a good point, actually. We went through that first part of the second half, and St Mirren, kept it at that 1 goal deficit, and you maybe feel Tom
was a chance.
Well, Tom Hendry might feel that maybe he should have introduced Cocard a wee bit quicker, but substitutions are a very kind of transient thing that you don't know how they're going to work out, and for that wee spell just before Kilmarnock's clinching goal, Cocard looked as if he could have made a difference.
Picked up there by Chris Kerr. Just a little busted temper there. That's Tommy Turner in. Top of the Turners.
He's not let himself down tonight.
37-year-old Tommy Turner.
He's not let himself down tonight.
37-year-old Tommy Turner.
He's not let himself down tonight. Tommy Turner has performed very well.
He has indeed, yeah. I think we were saying before the game that the heaviness of the pitch might take its toll, but on the other hand, he works in a limited area. Here's Cocard again. Cocard, who's pretty pacey. Away there by McGowne. That's a free kick. Just under 5 minutes remaining. I don't think there will be all that much added time. As the rain lashes down again, I say all credit to the groundsman at Hampden Park. This pitch is in very good condition. It hasn't cut up as badly as I thought it would, which will be good news to the old firm for tomorrow night. It's not exactly Wimbledon quality, a centre court quality, but it's infinitely better than a lot of pitches I've seen at this stage of the season. Would you pick out, before you get to your man of the match and announce it, pick out which will come, I think, not surprisingly, from the winning side? Anybody in the St Mirren team that has impressed you?
Well, I mean, I think there are quite a few candidates on the pitch tonight. In the St Mirren side, I think Ludovic Roy has done nothing wrong. He had no chance for any of the goals. I think Tommy Turner, as we say, has been very accomplished at the back. And really, it's difficult to pick any front players from St Mirren. They've worked very, very hard, but they've been unable to make any impression in the Kilmarnock defence. But I think Kilmarnock have quite a few candidates, Archie. I think Kieran McGowne's come in and slotted in very well from a position that he's not played for
well, let's put the public out of their agony, Billy. Who is your man of the match, your CIS man of the match?
Well, I think most people will be in agreement that Craig Dargo just clinched it with the goal. I'll give special mercy to Gus MacPherson. He was definitely well in the running until that goal went in, but it was such a stunning finish, and I liked his pest-like quality, as you put it earlier on, and the other qualities that he's shown tonight, hard work and no little skill. I think he's deservedly the CIS man of the match.
Oh, no disagreement about that. Oh, there's the man you mentioned, Gus MacPherson, and there is the man of the match, resting after a great night. I mean, his tenacity and matched to his ball control makes him, I mean, it must do Craig Brown good to see a young player like that with that ability.
Yeah, well, I think he's had a wee shot in the under-21s, Archie, and he needs to prove himself over a longer period at Premier League level, but he showed us tonight that he had the ability. And
that point you made earlier on about Kilmarnock in particular benefiting from playing at Hampden Park with the big wide spaces. Oh, look how effective he was taking the ball wide.
Yeah, definitely. They've used that very much to their credit tonight, Kilmarnock, and it's been very beneficial to them, particularly.
There's offside.
Particularly, you know, they've got a man forward on the opposite side of the ball, Archie. That's been the big thing, and they've been able to work the ball quickly over to that spare man, and he's either been able to get across into the penalty box or get a shot on target, and more often than not it's been Gus MacPherson, so I think he'll sleep tonight okay.
Free kick to Kilmarnock. And we look forward now to the Old Firm meeting tomorrow night. Of course, a game you can see live on Scottish. A game that will be taken in full by the Old Firm. There's Cocard. We're trying to catch him out there. Intelligent way trying to finish that off. Old Firm will be playing at their full strength tomorrow night. Okay, they have a very important game on Sunday, but as soon as you put a Rangers and Celtic team out together in any circumstance, it's 110%. Killie. And coming up, this has been a good all-round accomplished performance by this Kilmarnock side.
Very much so. I think we rightly regarded them as favourites before the game, and they've not let us down, but credit to St Mirren, they've never given up, they've fought their corner, and it's just been that wee lack of a finishing edge in the opponent's half of the pitch, and it's really been the telling factor.
Yardley and Beltacha in there to use their height, but a solid phalanx there of the darker shirts, making it quite impossible for them. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Under there, Yardley in, not quick enough though. Plenty space for McLaren.
I think the one thing Tom Henry can take from the game, Archie, is that some of the young players have got experience now of playing at Hampden on a big occasion, and you know, hopefully for them in the near future they can come back again.
Well, just held onto it too long that time. Reilly coming through, and a good, compact, mobile little player, of course. Corner kick. Holt wants the ball back again and goes for it. Well, just for a moment I thought he had drawn up, he had felt something, but it wasn't.
I think that's an indication of what Gary Holt's all about, Archie, there. He's made a driving forward run in behind there. The ball's out of play. They're 3-0 up with a minute to go, and he's driven back into the middle of the park to take up his defensive position.
Could be broken away again. That's a great tackle, though. He's played very well tonight, Scott Walker. What a lot of vital tackles. Bobby Williamson got to the semi-final stage last year. He's gone one better as the referee brings the game to a conclusion. There he is, a satisfied manager. Well, Tom's team tried their best, but there's no doubt about it. Who the better team were in the night, Billy?
Yeah, I think Kilmarnock, as I say, proved us all right, Archie. They won the game in the proper manner as well. They passed the ball and it was on to pass it. I think we're seeing the goals now, and some good goals, but the pick of the bunch, without a doubt, Craig Dargo. Andy McLaren there put the first one away with a terrific header.
Well, that's how it all started, but watch this goal again. He took it from virtually the halfway line before driving it in. Great concentration, great balance, tremendous composure. And then Canero finishing it off there.